Balerion, known far and wide as the Black Dread, named after an ancient god of the Valyrian freehold, was the mightiest of all the dragons that House Targaryen brought from Valyria to Westeros. His name alone struck fear into the hearts of men, for he was more than just a dragon. He was a living weapon, a force of nature unleashed upon the world. Ridden by Aegon the Conqueror during his campaign to unite the Seven Kingdoms, Balerion's fire and fury shaped the fate of an entire continent. His immense size and ferocity made him the ultimate symbol of Targaryen power, his very presence enough to bend entire realms to his rider's will. Throughout his long life, Balerion served multiple riders, each of whom sought to harness his terrifying power. Balerion was a creature of nightmare made flesh, his appearance as fearsome as his deeds. His scales were the colour of the deepest midnight, making him seem more shadow than substance when he soared through the skies. His wings, vast as a horizon, cast darkness over entire towns as he passed overhead. Balerion's fire was as black as his scales, the flames shot through with veins of red, like molten rivers of blood. When he unleashed his fury, the very earth trembled, and his flames were hot enough to melt steel, stone, and even fuse sand into glass. His teeth, long as swords, were capable of shearing through armor and bone with ease, and his jaws were said to be large enough to swallow a mammoth whole. In his prime, Balerion was unmatched in size and strength, the largest dragon in the known world, a living embodiment of destruction. Balerion's life spanned over 2 centuries, making him the last living witness to the lost glory of Valyria. Born in that ancient empire, he was brought to Dragonstone by Aenar Targaryen, surviving the cataclysmic doom that destroyed his homeland. In Westeros, Balerion became the key to Aegon the Conqueror's dream of a unified realm. It was on his back that Aegon burned Harrenhal to the ground, and on his wings that he flew to victory at the Field of Fire, where his flames turned thousands of men to ash. After Aegon's death, Balerion became the Mount of Maegor the Cruel, who used the Black Dread to crush rebellions and impose his brutal will on the realm. But Balerion's most mysterious and terrifying chapter came when Princess Aeria Targaryen claimed him. Disappearing with the young princess for more than a year, Balerion returned bearing wounds and scars that spoke of horrors beyond imagining. It was whispered that he had flown back to the smoking ruins of Valyria, a journey no other dragon had dared to make. As the years wore on, Balerion grew old and slow, his power waning, but his legend undiminished. His final rider, Prince Viserys Targaryen, found the once mighty dragon struggling to take to the skies, a shadow of his former self. Less than a year after Viserys claimed him, Balerion died of old age, his body finally succumbing to the relentless passage of time. Yet even in death, Balerion's legacy endured, his name forever etched in the annals of history as the Black Dread, the dragon whose shadow loomed over Westeros for centuries.